bespoke radio for the masses.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
If the game is rigged, change the game. Game changer.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
This is Fade to Black with your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
I need your help to get to the year 1985.
You're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Good evening, Fade to Black. Bespoke radio for the masses. Yeah. How you doing? How you doing? Today is Wednesday, February 2nd, 2022. 33 days into the new year, only 332 days left. That's right. Today is 2/2/2022. Is it special? Of course it is, because it's Fadernight. We are live from a bunker somewhere in the middle of nowhere, a total undisclosed location, but it is beautiful. I would like to welcome everybody listening all around the world, all across the United States. Hither and thither, to and fro, back and forth, up and down, east and west, north and south, far and near. This is Fade to Black for KJCR, the Game Changer, and UNX Networks. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. What is cracking, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? All right. Tonight is Fader Night. I know it's not Thursday. Today's Wednesday. Don't adjust your sets. Don't change the channel. Tonight is Fader Night. Tomorrow night, taking the night off. And there you go. I can do that. Taking tomorrow night off. Tonight is Fader Night. And open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. Tonight, I have some pairs of tickets to give away tonight to the Conscious Life Expo. And if you are in or around Los Angeles and you would like to attend the Conscious Life Expo, I have got pairs of passes. Or if you're coming by yourself, then there'll just be one. Who does that? Well, yeah, I would. But anyway, pairs of passes. And so if you are in Los Angeles and you would like to go to and attend the Conscious Life Expo that starts Friday, it's this Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday for the post-conference things that are going on, give me a call. I'll give away some tickets. All right. Now, don't call and win tickets if you're not going to show up because that'll be the last time. Too many people want to go. All right. So I'm going to give away passes tonight. And I was going to have a contest and things. Maybe I'll ask a question. We'll stay in the legal zone. All right. And they had to, I'm putting you on hold. Stay right there. They had to answer a question to win those passes. So I gotta have like some kind of legalese there, putting you on hold. Stay right there. And, that's, All right. Yeah, there is it was so funny. Should I even say it? Nah, I'm not. I was going to talk about this guy. This guy wrote me a letter, said he was an attorney and wanted this and this and this for free from me. I said, no. Man, I'm going to contact the DA and, and I'm going to, I was like, well, whatever, man. Get at that. Let me know how that shakes out. 6 months later, another letter from the same guy. And now criticizing me on my guest selections that I wasn't doing this. And I said, you know what? And I wrote it back, just never contact me again, man. Not interested. If you're an attorney, you're the dumbest attorney ever. And so anyway, and then he wrote me back, you're taking it all wrong. I really respect the show. I was like, yeah, right. And there's more details to it than that, but I'm just going to let it go. I didn't say his name, did I? No. In fact, I forgot his name. And anyway, after that, he got marked as spam. I love marking email as spam. Somebody that, just whatever, spam. That's it. Once you are tagged in spam, you never... That stuff is buried. I get, I don't even know. We have a pretty gnarly email system here that Drew has built up. We've got our own servers and things like that. And the software that we have running is brutal. And the amount of spam that when I used to check that I get in a day, I'm going to guess. I'm going to guess, and I'm going to say 500 spam emails a day. I don't know how many you get. Maybe it's the same amount, but once you and the software that we run, once you are it will never leak through. It's like you never existed. So there you go. All right. Anyway. Giving away tickets tonight to the Conscious Life Expo, 747-228-2051. Tonight is another Fadernight with open lines all night long. Your calls, your conversation, and there was no way that I was going to go through a week without Fadernight. I don't like that. I don't like doing 3 guests and then no Fadernight because I have something to do. No, I will back off on a guest. They can come back in a couple of weeks, and I need to get my fix on, man. I need to get my fix on. All right. Follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. The Sandbox is hashtag F2B on Twitter. It's live right here. I know a lot about the law and various other lawyerings. That's good. That's funny. Who is that? Is that James Franco? That's that's what's his name in the background. What is that from? I feel like I've seen that. All right, let's get to the breaking news. A Dutch company is currently building a 470-foot mega yacht for Jeff Bezos. That, once complete, will be the largest sailing vessel in the world. So it's a sailboat, 417-foot sailboat. The only problem with it is its 3 masts are too tall to leave the shipyard without dismantling a huge piece of Dutch history that sits right there. It's called the De Hef Bridge. The bridge has stood in Rotterdam since 1927. It was heavily damaged in 1940 when Germany bombed the city. And during renovations of the bridge in 2017, the city council promised to everybody, to the city, that the bridge would never again be dismantled. But when you have Bezos money, never is only about 5 years or so. That's right. 417 foot. Look, at Jeff Bezos' age, this is what I trip on with stuff like this. At Jeff Bezos' age, I don't know how old he is, but he's got to be older than me. So how many years do you get to enjoy a 417-foot yacht? What, $500 million? Whatever he's spending. How is it really? How many times are your feet going to be on said boat? What are you doing, wasting your money at that age? At that age, I mean, I'm looking right. You know what? I actually thought about last week. I was like, man, those new rollerblades with the two wheels, those look really cool. You know, the big wheels. And I used to rollerblade. Maybe I should just go out and get me some of those really cool rollerblades. And I thought to myself, how many times am I going to cruise around on those rollerblades in the next few years? Right? It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. It's like buying another guitar. How many times do I get to play that? All right. So anyway, 417-foot yacht, the biggest sailing vessel in the world. Incredible. Thank you for posting that, Kaz. There it is right there. There's the bridge. A powerful solar flare has been traveling through space, and it will arrive at planet Earth sometime today. In the early hours of Saturday morning, January 30th, a coronal mass ejection erupted into space following an M1-class solar flare. M-class solar flares are medium-sized events that can cause temporary radio blackouts. The burst, which came from a sunspot called AR 2936, lasted for more than 4 hours. This is a moderate class or a low-hazard geomagnetic storm with hours of auroras from the Arctic Circle all the way down to the northern United States. Tonight, these types of events do not interfere with power grids or satellites. All right, but it's going to look cool. It's going down right now. Here we go. A Florida man and his grandson couldn't believe their eyes when they reeled in more than scrap metal and bottle caps during a magnet fishing weekend trip. Now, magnet fishing is a thing. All right. Now, it is kind of like what you're imagining, right? You got a fishing pole, put a magnet on the end, drop it into the water, and get down to the bottom and see what you can pick up. That is magnet fishing. And it actually sounds pretty cool. Well, said Florida man and his grandson, he is Alan Cadwallader. They were out on a magnet fishing trip on January 30th in Homestead, a suburb of Miami, Florida, when within 5 minutes of dropping the lines into the water, Cadwallader reeled in 2 sniper rifles. That's right. 2 sniper rifles and bolt carrier groups, both wrapped in shrink wrap with their serial numbers ground off. The 2 rifles are now at the Miami-Dade Police Forensics Lab. A Florida man. Let's get the show cracking. Happy birthday to today, Shakira. Shakira says she's 45. Good for her. Christy Brinkley today is 68. Quite possibly, certainly back in her day, probably the most beautiful person on the planet, right? Christy Brinkley, 68 years old, still looks good. And Tommy Smothers of the Smothers Brothers, yeah, he's still around. Today is 85. Graham Nash, Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. Wasn't he in the Hollies, too, or the Turtles? One of those bands. He's 80 years old today. Howard Bellamy of the Bellamy Brothers is 76. Of course, one of the greatest songs of all time, Let Your Love Flow. Whoa, did you hear that? What is going on with that? Check. Did you hear that? That was weird. Just came out of nowhere. All right. Maybe you didn't hear it. Maybe that was just me. Where am I at? Stone Temple Pilots bassist Robert DeLeo today is 55. And our dead guy's birthday today is Farrah Fawcett. 1947 to 2009, died at the age of 62. Farrah, of course, was private investigator Jill Monroe in Charlie's Angels, which co-starred Kate Jackson and Jacqueline Smith. After appearing in the show's first season in 1976, that's it. Farrah, only Jill Monroe, only one season. It seemed longer, right? After that, she just decided to leave. Her iconic red swimsuit poster that hung in every boy's bedroom in the United States of America sold 6 million copies in its first year of print. Farrah was cool. She was very smart. She was extremely funny, and she was very easy on the eyes. She died of cancer at 2:28 a.m. on June 25th, 2009, at the age of 62 at St. John's Health Center in Santa Monica, California, with Ryan O'Neal and Alana Stewart by her side. On this day in history, 1887, Groundhog Day, featuring a rodent meteorologist, is celebrated for the first time at Gobbler's Knob in Puxatawney, Pennsylvania. Yeah, 1887. Fader fact. All right, here you go. This is a good one. Fader fact. Thomas Midgley Jr., the inventor of leaded gasoline, said that lead was safe. So he held a press conference. And at that press conference, he poured are you ready for this? Tetraethylene, right? Liquid form of lead, the most toxic chemical probably in the world, poured it all over his hands, rubbed it in, then put a bottle of it under his nose and inhaled it for 60 seconds, saying it was safe for him to do all day long for the rest of his life. Right after that, he had to leave work because he was diagnosed with lead poisoning. And then right after that, he was relieved of his position as vice president of General Motors Corporation in April 1925. And that is a Fader fact. Tonight is another Fader night with open lines all night long. The call-in number is 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. I'm putting you on hold, and do not hang up. I'm putting you on hold. And now, as I hit this River Moon coffee, Fade to Black blend. How is it that I drank an entire cup of coffee in 15 minutes? It's easy to do when it's Fade to Black blend. Oh. RivermoonWellness.com. Con men. Unbelievable. I'm on my fourth docuseries this month about con men on dating apps. Now, so I texted a friend right before the show, and I'll let her reveal who she is. She can say something in Twitter. But I right before I said, have you ever been on Tinder? She's like, nope, don't do it. And it's like and this is the deal. I mean, obviously there's a trend going on here, but more so than that, it's going public. These dudes are getting caught and getting called out. And hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. You know, and if you're going to go and do something like that on a dating app today, right? Now, these types, these con men have always been around. And over the last year, going back into 2021, I've seen quite a few different docuseries on different con men over the years. And I don't want to get into that detail, but going back into the 70s and the 60s and the 70s and even in the 80s, way before there were dating apps, right? Okay, so, and those were mesmerizing, man. Oh, you know, and it's not always just, you know, dealing with money. Sometimes it's death and murder and crazy things. But anyway, what was that one called? The Cobra? Search for Cobra? Way before a dating app. But anyway, they've always been around. But with the internet, things are getting too easy. Not only with the apps and finding a victim or two or 50, now we have the ease of the money flow. Now, you know, con man, cat's a confidence man, gains your confidence. And in a dating app, he gains your love. And they're skilled at it. And they have the ability, man, you know, whatever, I don't know how those work, swipe left, swipe right, or how you get in contact or something. I don't know. You know, but they're doing it professionally. They've got it down to a science. They know what to say. They know who to go after. And they're going to keep doing it until somebody really messes up. Now, hearts are broken for sure, but so are bank accounts and credit files. Am I surprised? Not at all. Now, I have no idea. I really don't. I have no idea how a dating app works. I've never been on one. And to me, and I know that I'm wrong now, but it's not part of my generation. Lately I've been asking a few of my friends, hey, you know, have you ever? Yeah, I have. Really? You've been on a dating app? I am. I'm on one now. Really? Yeah, I'm on 3. Really? Okay. Well, but in that, I mean, from what I understand, everybody is doing it these days. And if you are, you need to go and watch some of these documentaries. The one that I'm watching right now is called The Tinder Swindler. I think that's what it's called. Go check that out. I'm only in episode 1. Can't wait for this show to get over, man. I got to get back on. I got to see what is happening because there's a lot of angry women chasing somebody right now. And one woman said, she goes like this, and it just hit me today. She says something like, she's like, you just don't meet someone to date at their grocery store anymore. That's not what you do. You find your next date on an app. It's what we do. Really? But yes, and I guess that's it. And so as long as you have a selection, a pile of potential victims to go and swindle, break their hearts and take all of their money and ruin their lives, and they are just there, you are going to have criminals that are willing to go and do it. And they are professionals at it. They know what they're doing. It's crazy. It's crazy. And in these docuseries, and I've seen 4 in the last month. 4. I was like, every time there's a new one out. Is you look at these women and none of them are dumb. None of them. I mean, they all have a life and homes and kids and things and jobs and careers. You would think, right? And the question always is, well, didn't you know? Well, of course they didn't know. They didn't know. Otherwise, they wouldn't have done it. They did not know. They didn't see it coming. And you would think, and I'm being serious, you would think after the first $100,000, after a week or two, after meeting somebody, that you would like have some red flags. No. Okay, how about 200 grand? What's the level of awareness where the red flags start going up, right? And no, I guess 200 grand's not enough. I guess it's not. The red flags happen when, like, the dude disappears. What? Why isn't he returning my calls? What's going on? What's going on? I don't get it. Is there something wrong? And smart victims. Unreal. And that is the internet. So talking about the thing about which we all experience now is our own little internet world, our own little bubble. It's where we exist. It's where we get our information. It's where we hang out with our friends and we make plans and we talk about our family and you know, it's our bubble. It's our world, right? That is where we are at today. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Yeah, go check it out. It's called, what did I say? The Tinder Swindler. I could be wrong. Tinder, don't sue me. Well, I guess they can. It's on Netflix. But, yeah. All right. Let's see. Stop hanging up on me when I call to let you know about your car warranty. Oh, man. Ken Priest. Ken, are you going to be in L.A. this weekend? Are you in L.A. now? Are you in L.A.? Lisa Reed's going to the Conscious Life Expo. That's what I'm talking about. She just posted right there. Very cool. So, taking phone calls tonight, 747-228-2051. Whatever you want to talk about, it's Fadernight. Everything's on the table. Conspiracy, lost history, the paranormal, supernatural, UFOs, guitars, Conscious Life Expo. All of that tonight. Right after this short break. This is Fade to Black on the Game Changer on X Networks. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. I'll be right back.
This is Nicole Church, daughter of you-know-who, and you're listening to Fade to Black on JimmyChurchRadio.com and the Game Changer Network.
You're listening to Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the X.
You're listening to Jimmy Church, Fade to Black.
Fade to Black will now pause for alien identification.
The station that talks the net.
Introducing the Game Changer blend from Rivermoon Coffee that delivers a customized blend made specifically for the Fadernauts. If the game is rigged, change the game. It's a bolder cup with some bite. Game Changer is the coffee of choice for those that prefer an organic dark roast that is slightly lighter and milder, but it's still dark. With wild notes of pecans and chocolate with a rich, balanced, full-bodied cup that is roasted to perfection for a great coffee to start your day, as an after-dinner coffee or anywhere in between. Artisan, small batch roasted to perfection. USDA certified organic, all Rivermoon coffee is freshly roasted and packaged in the USA. Just go to rivermooncoffee.com or click on the banners over on our site and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. rivermooncoffee.com.
This is the only way forward.
This is Fade to Black. Make contact.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can get our podcast for just $2 per month. All you have to do is click on the podcast banner over at jimmychurchradio.com.
Hi, folks. It's troubling times, and fear is pushing emotions, which in turn pushes health the wrong direction. Do you ever get an ache because life is uneasy? Try Life Change Tea at wtih.com. Life Change Tea works on your digestive tract, helping to move food through quicker and comfortably so your health is spot on. Life Change Tea may not help with world issues, but it will help with your digestive issues. A glass a day helps keep the intruders away. So, change your life today. Log on to getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com. If your health game is off, get on by ordering Life Change Tea. Getthetea.com. And while you're on our site, look around at the great non-GMO organic supplements. And if you're a sales shopper, go to our specials page and see what's for you. I've been drinking the tea for 12 years, and I'm sure glad for its health benefits. Again, that's getthetea.com. Getthetea.com. The tea that makes you go.
The new KUNXDB, the UNX Network, bringing you the best in paranormal programming in premium, high-definition streaming audio and video. Log on to the network at unxnetwork.com and check out the growing lineup of programs, including Jimmy Church, Whitley Strieber, Micah Hanks, and many more. Sign up for the free UNX newsletter, follow the UNX blog, or pick up the latest edition of the UNX magazine. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. So check us out at unxnetwork.com. Tap the show page and the calendar so you never miss your favorite live shows and podcasts. We are your portal for all things paranormal. The X, explaining the unexplained.
9 out of 10 geneticists agree.
Fade to Black is not your father's radio show on the Game Changer Radio Network.
Hi, this is Rob Reiner from Anvil, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com.
What's up? I'm Chris. What up? This is Kyle Massey, and you're listening to Jimmy Church Radio.
All right, welcome back. Fade to Black. I'm your Jimmy Church. Tonight is Wednesday, but it's Fadernight. No Fadernight tomorrow. Don't get upset. You've been warned. No Fadernight tomorrow. It's happening tonight. 747-228-2051. Whatever you want to talk about. It's what we do. This is truly the greatest night of talk radio in all of the world. Tonight, right now, on Fade to Black. It's the best night. It is. I get to hang out with all of you. 747-228-2051. I announced at the beginning of the show, I've got a couple of pairs of tickets to the Conscious Life Expo. I'd like to give them away in pairs so you can bring your significant other that you met on Tinder, right? That's what you can do. You can say, hey, check this out. You want to meet me at the Conscious Life Expo? That's, you could do that. You could do that, man. I just can't believe those dating app con men. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's the world we live in today. All right. 747-228-2051. And let's get this show cracking. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live.
Is it me? Yes, it is.
Yes, it is you.
Hi.
This is Catherine from Denver.
Catherine from Denver? No way. Seriously?
Seriously.
Right on, Catherine. How you doing? What's going on?
I'm doing very well. And I wanted to say that the Fade to Black blend coffee is truly the best coffee in the world.
It is. It is. And
yes,
thank you for saying that.
For that.
No, and thank you for saying that. Yeah, I know that you called me, and we'll get to that in a second. But after all of the hype, right? Okay, Jimmy the hype man, and it finally arrives. and you
Yep.
brew it. And I know that you're thinking to yourself, you're excited, right? But you're like, what if this sucks? What if it's,
Yes, what if he's wrong?
because you've been, but what happened when you took that first sip? Tell me the truth.
No, it was amazing. It's what coffee should be.
Right.
It was like the first time I'd ever tasted real coffee. That wasn't the first time, but it recalled that experience.
Yes. This is not a paid endorsement. I have never met
No.
Catherine. I've never met Catherine. You're a first-time caller, too, aren't you?
No, I called once before. I called the day before New Year's Eve.
What year?
This year.
Oh, this year.
2021.
Yeah, I remember that. No, I don't.
Yeah.
Come on, Catherine.
Yeah, and I couldn't think of anything to talk about at the time because I was just psyched to be speaking with you.
Well, now you're back, which means you're prepared.
I'm kind of prepared.
All right. What's on your mind, Catherine?
Okay. So I called to talk about my grandmother's paintings, which is going to sound very strange, but I got interested in the UFO subject. Well, I've always been interested in it, but always been in the closet. And my interest was renewed about a year and a half ago when I learned about sort of the consciousness side of this.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what got me thinking about my grandmother again, because she had her ordinary paintings, which were, landscapes and still lifes, and she was very good. But then she had a whole different style that she called her spiritual paintings. And she had visions. And the more I thought about these paintings, so there were two things about them. One is that when I was very small and visiting her in her house, I was afraid to look at these paintings because of, I don't know if you've ever had this feeling. It's not like I was afraid of them because they were scary in like a haunted house sense. It was more that and this was before she talked to me about these paintings, I felt like I would be just obliterated, like overcome, like I would fall into these paintings and disappear.
Wow.
And the other thing, yeah. So I don't know if you've ever felt that way.
That's one of the things that I enjoy about art, and certainly art museums too as well. When you go up in front of a painting, you can look at 200 paintings in a day, right? Nothing. But then there's the one, right? And I love it when that happens. So I totally get it. Okay, so keep going. You've got my interest.
Yeah, so but the subject matter of these paintings were that they were all in a very dark field. She actually painted on velvet, but don't get the wrong idea. She never painted in Elvis. She painted on velvet because of how deep and dark it can get. And she would paint, she called them chalice paintings. But to me, they looked like space.
Okay.
So it was all this light on space, and then there were these figures, like some of them would look like angels, but they were very tiny, and going back and forth to this object in space. And I don't know, I never made the connection with, okay, I'm just going to tell you what I thought. So I listened to one of Greer's guided meditations.
Mm-hmm.
And he talks about this center where beings of all kinds would meet and commune. And it took me a while, but at some point, just in the last few months, it hit me that that's what these paintings, or that meditation reminded me of those paintings. And it's something she said when I asked her about the paintings. I think she called them a concourse of souls, is what she called them. And so that's why I'm calling, because I have not had a contact experience that I'm conscious of. But I always wished that I could. And now I wish that I had asked her more questions and that I probed deeper.
Right, and that's my question to you. What did you ask her? I mean, she's obviously had a contact experience.
Yeah, I think she did. Many of them.
Right.
She was somewhat constrained because my parents were and are evangelical, very, very traditional Christians, and asked her not to talk to me about her, what they call New Age views and thoughts. And she did anyway to an extent, but I'm thinking that maybe the reason she didn't give me the full picture was that. And also, so it came out a little later. Actually, it was recently because UFOs have been in the news, and during a family Zoom, somebody brought up UFOs really jokingly. And were things in the sky, the Tic Tacs, and my mom was like, "Oh, well, not aliens." She was making fun of them. And she said, my mother believed in them. and so I'm wishing I had those days back that I could have asked her. But it didn't occur to me at that time either that she would have been talking about extraterrestrials or interdimensional beings or anything like that. But she was always talking about Christ consciousness and how, and I know that I'm jumping around. I know I'm jumping all over.
No, you're not at all. But yeah, she didn't have to talk about it. She was painting, she was showing you. Yeah, she was showing the world. That's amazing. Where are the paintings today?
Well, that's another thing. So when she passed, everybody who knew her and had seen her work wanted one of these paintings. And, she did her best to prepare for, and she really did. She wanted everybody to have what they wanted. And so the short answer is they're scattered among her friends and relatives. And I don't know if the images, I tweeted some images. I ended up with a few of them, and the only painting of the type that I just described to you that I have is a very small and kind of unfinished one that also has glass in front of it, and I have not taken the glass off. I need to do that.
Right.
So it's not, the image I sent over is not a very good image.
When did you send the image?
Right before this, and I have no experience with Twitter, so I might have, what I did was I tweeted and I put hashtag F2B sandbox.
Okay, that's okay. It's not hashtag F2B sandbox. It's hashtag F2B. That's why I didn't see it. Okay, Catherine, you've got a job to do. You got to retweet it and just hashtag F, the number 2, and B, F2B.
Okay, I'll do that after I'm gone.
I can't wait to see this. Everybody, you should see the comments right now on Twitter. What's up with the paintings?
Well, I hope I didn't talk it up too much. And I'm going to look for those. I'm going to look for, because she did photograph everything. So I'm going to look for those images and try to get some digital images that more people can see of her more developed pieces. Please look forward to that.
Hey, Catherine.
Yes.
Have a great weekend.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Catherine. And now, take care of business. I'm looking at Twitter, okay?
I'll do it.
And
you have a good time at the conference.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. One of these times you're going to be hanging out with us, and I can't wait to meet you.
I plan on it. Thank you so much.
I'll talk to you. That's a great phone call right there. When that's what I love, right? So think about, and I'm talking about the honesty of a grandparent, right? Painting. Now, could paint flowers, could paint butterflies, could paint a cabin out in a meadow, a field, a mountain, right? Go down to some Bob Ross action, right? And do something like, no. Grandma's painting space and aliens floating around. And that's cool. That's cool. All right, Catherine, I want to see this. So get it to me as soon as you can. And if somebody sees it pop up in Twitter before I do, make sure you retweet it and tag me and do all of those special things so I don't miss it. Okay? All right. Oh, is this it? This is it? Oh, man. What is that, velvet? That's her I wonder what... Catherine, if you're listening to me, and somebody reply back, what year was this painting? That's a nice painting, man. I'd hang that in my house right now. That's a nice painting. That's beautiful. Look at that. There's a lot going on there. Wow. Wow. If you want to check it out, I'm going to retweet this. Well, she's got all kinds of things happening here. Hold on for a second. Let me retweet this. Everybody's got to check this out. Here is, let's see. Here is Catherine's grandmother's, one of her grandmothers. Man, I can type pretty fast, huh? I can. Bang that out. You get to hear this in real time. You can hear the churchster right there typing. Okay, that's up. What's up? Okay, where am I at? Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
This is Moina.
This is who?
From Oregon, Moina.
Spell it.
Moina.
Oh, like it should. It's Moina. That's all you had to say. You just had to say, this is Moina, and I would have said, hey, Moina, how you doing?
No worries.
What's on your mind?
Well, I am hailing you from Denver, although I am from Oregon.
Okay.
I'm stuck and snowed in here.
Two
Fort
Denver,
Collins.
two Denver calls back to back?
Right?
Yeah, that's
I'm
weird.
saying.
Yeah, that's cool. So you guys are all snowed in?
Yeah, well, I am here. I mean, it's like 4 degrees outside. We got a storm that, what's that name of that? I'm bad with names. Anyways, I called to tell you thank you for the content. I've been listening for, 5 years or so, just never called in.
Right on.
And I figured, well, I'm just sitting in a hotel waiting to leave to go to L.A.
You're coming out to L.A.? What are you coming out to L.A. for?
Conscious Life Expo.
Are you really? Moina?
Yes, I haven't. Yeah. I haven't been really to anything since the 2019, Palm Springs. So, yeah. So I decided,
yeah, here's the deal.
Fine.
Neither has anybody else. Right. So, oh, man. So you're coming out. Do you have tickets?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you coming out by yourself?
Yeah. Yes, I'm one of those.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the one. No.
No, I'm the other one. So that's fine. When are you arriving?
Tomorrow, hopefully, if I can get out of here. But I just heard coming up in the elevator, a guy who was just coming in himself told me that there's going to be another hit tomorrow. So hopefully I can get out of here before then.
Right.
That'd be great.
Right.
So,
right. Well,
that would be awesome.
Have you been to the Conscious Life Expo before?
Never.
Okay.
Never.
All right. Well, let me tell you how to find me. Okay. This is a big conference. Okay. So don't don't get overwhelmed. But when you're in the lobby of the Hilton, they like all hotel lobbies, right? They got the big dramatic stairs with the red, velvet, carpeting. Okay, so when you're looking,
the creepy carpeting.
Yeah,
No.
exactly. That's what it is, straight out of The Shining. So
right
when you're facing the stairs, it goes left and right at the top. You want to go to the right, and then at the top of the stairs, you turn left, and I'm right there. You'll see the Fade to Black booth. It's right there at the top of the stairs. Okay? I mean, you're not going to see it from the stairs. You must enter the mezzanine. But if you have squinty eyes, you can see it. Okay?
I have big Muppet eyes.
Okay.
Well, so they're kind of squinty.
I can't wait to meet you. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. And,
well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I am always on the road and traveling, and I download your content. You've introduced me to Christina Gomez. Love her.
Yes, she's great.
And I was already watching Richard Dolan and everyone else because I went to other conferences, but this is the first time I'm ever going to Conscious Life Expo. And I figured I'd go and like do the sound bowls and stuff like that and try to get in tune with myself this time.
Yes. Well, see, that's what's great about the Conscious Life Expo. There's something for everybody. It's a big conference. So if you want to, sound bowls, sound healing, that kind of stuff, there's all of that.
Yes.
You want
I think I need it after this past 3 years or 2 years or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
And you want a dose of conspiracy theory, you can have that. If you want some UFOs, you've got that. If you want some crystal chakra healing on some chakra, whatever, right? Everybody, there's experts that speak up on all of this, and a large chunk of everything. It's just free. You can just go into any lecture. And
well, I bought the platinum pass, so I'm going to try to hit everything I can, but there's so much I want to do.
Yeah.
I'm trying to juggle it. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'll figure it out.
Well, I know. You know what? It's better to have choices than no choices.
Right? Too bad it's only going to be for a few days. I mean,
and do yourself one solid. I can't wait. Oh, by the way, so in the lounge each night, the Fadernauts get together, and you'll see the Faded Black shirts and all of that stuff. Anyway, come and say hello to everybody. They're all listening to this conversation, and then you can come, and then I'll yell out to the entire bar. It's more right here from Denver. So come and hang out. But anyway. Before I head to the break, I want to give you a good piece of advice, though. The conference is great. The speakers are great. There's so much to do and people watching and all of that. You need to make sure that you set aside a couple of hours, maybe an hour one day, an hour the next, to walk through the vendor room because it's amazing. It's amazing. It is so much fun. So just make sure. It's too easy to just get wrapped up in the conferences and listening to speakers, and then you're at the end of the week and you're like, oh man, I never went down to the vendor room. So you definitely want to walk those hallowed halls. It's incredible. Right? Yeah, the vendor room is just amazing.
Right? I love crystals, and one of the ones that I did go to in Palm Springs, I think it was in 2018, or the first year it was there in Palm Springs. I went, and there was a vendor there that was selling shungite and all kinds, for really miraculous price. And he said all he does is go out on his property and just pick them up out of the ground. And I can't remember his name. He was from Austria or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I bought so much stuff from him. He gave me all these crystals that I still don't know what they are. And one, he drew like a little meteorite on the napkin that it was wrapped in.
Oh, that is so cool. And that's what I love about these conferences. He might be there. He might be at the Conscious Life Expo.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, Moina, listen, have a great, safe flight. I'll be there tomorrow night.
Thank you.
I'll be there tomorrow night, and I'll be hanging out all weekend. I look forward to seeing you and meeting you in person.
Thank you. As I do you. Thank you very much.
Have a great night.
Fade to black.
Fade to black. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Moina. And what a great phone call. And let's send some melting snow energy her way. They're in the middle of a snowstorm out there in Denver. And so there you go. All right. 747-228-2051. 228-2051. Okay, Ken, I'm going to ask you one more time. Are you coming to the Conscious Life Expo? I haven't seen Ken's response. If somebody else has seen Ken's response and I didn't, and I missed it, can somebody let me know if Ken is coming to the Conscious Life Expo? I'm your host, Jimmy Church. I am giving away some tickets tonight to the Conscious Life Expo. I got a couple of pairs to give away. If you're in Los Angeles and you want to come out and hang out with us, give me a call, 818-747-228-2051. 818? Where did that come from? This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. It's Wednesday night. It's not Thursday. It's Wednesday night, and it is Fadernight. I'm your host, Jimmy Church, on the NX and Game Changer Networks. This is Fade to Black. More of your phone calls are next. I'll be right back. Stay with us.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network.
Your 1 million gigawatt paranormal powerhouse, KUNX-DB, BX.
This is Billy Carson with ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Forbidden Knowledge TV has just reached its 1-year anniversary. That's right. 1 year. And as a show of appreciation, we are giving all new subscribers a free 30-day trial of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. That's 30 days to binge watch thousands of movies, documentaries, conferences, workshops, lectures, yoga classes, meditation courses, and so much more. So log on to ForbiddenKnowledge.tv from your computer or mobile device, or get the Forbidden Knowledge TV app on Apple TV, Roku, Amazon, iTunes, or Google Play today, and use coupon code 30daysfree. That's coupon code 30 days free on ForbiddenKnowledge.tv today.
Because you never got that pony you always wanted. Damn it. Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the Game Changer Network.
Listen, I know, and you know, that you've always wanted your first crystal skull. Or maybe you're a collector just like me, but you just don't know where to go to find the real thing. Then I met Carolyn Ford over at EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com. Carolyn is the guardian of Einstein, one of the most respected ancient crystal skulls in the world. All of her unique skulls have been imprinted sitting with Einstein in his sacred lodge and are carved from the finest gemstone and materials. Imprinting is the process of receiving the ancient wisdom from the master skull or master computer, Einstein, the ancient crystal skull. To see Carolyn's current collection of crystal skulls, just visit her store at EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com or click on the banner over on our site. Don't forget to use the promo code Jimmy at checkout to receive 10% off of your order today. That's promo code Jimmy. Finding your first or next crystal skull is easy. Just visit EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com. When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Yes, Rivermoon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Just click on the banner at jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today.
Hello, I'm Katie, and you're listening to my main man, Jimmy Church, on jimmychurchradio.com.
Hi, this is Ray Hobbs here, repping the planet, and you're listening to my good friend, Jimmy Church, Fade to Black.
This is Toby Kebbell. You're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com. Don't hurt me, Jimmy. I'm only little.
Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier, and this is Ari Gold. We're the Honey Brothers. We are of the Honey Brothers. Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier, and I'm Ari Gold. We're the Honey Brothers, and you're listening to Jimmy Church. The Revolution.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can become an official Fadernight by just going to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com.
Hello, this is Serena Wright Taylor from Conscious Life Expo, and you're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church, who holds the Lucky Pony record for the best astrological chart since 1963. True story.
This is Micah Hanks of the Gralien Report, and you're listening to Jimmy Church on Fade to Black.
All right, welcome back. Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. What is FOMO? Anybody know what that is? FOMO. I'm not hip. I'm not hip, young, fresh. I don't know what this stuff means. FOMO. All right, I need to blow through a couple of phone calls really quick and reset my software. All of the calls, and I want you to listen to my voice. There was 10 calls that came in during the break. None of them connected. All right? And so it's not you, it's my software. And I'm just going to do this. I've got to, let's just go to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. It's Rhea.
Hi, Rhea. How are you?
Awesome. Thank you for saying I could call in on Fadernight. I appreciate that. I know everyone can.
Yeah, absolutely. What's on your mind? What's going on?
Fear of missing out, FOMO.
Oh, is that what that means? Fear of missing
out.
Okay.
It's that thing where you have options for purchase and they want you to be afraid you're going to miss out on something. So they sell you the concept that if you don't do it, you'll miss out.
Oh, it's a call to action. It's a marketing term. Is it kind of like buy one, get one free?
Marketing.
Right? Is it like BOGO, but it's FOMO?
I can't let you leave without making a sale, so I'm going to make you scared.
Okay, there you go. All right, Rhea, what's on your mind?
Okay, so there's a lot of things, and I work really hard to have a singular voice. I am in the role of Delphi, and I should open change. And what's done through this avatar is as a service. And so we've come to talk about Delphi. Because where you have the best chart, the Lucky Star Award chart, the charts of this avatar, when people would look at it, would they go, "Oh, you poor thing, you poor dear."
Right.
And she's been through a lot to get into this position, and so we all have our paths and these mysteries of it all. And the grand mystery, the thing that we all take part of, but which is rather a simple mystery, but which we all say yes to, is to allow ourselves to be illusioned, to be convinced, very convinced of the illusion of this place, this experience that we're having here. We call it life.
Okay.
But it's hard. It's technically very difficult. If you were like a video game player, you would come and you would say, "Oh, Earth, that's that place where they have no control over their own language. let alone, their own self-understanding enough to know the difference between a child and an adult human.
Mm-hmm.
And, how to understand how to live life in a grand way, given the powers that are currently being hidden from us that we all actually have wired up.
Now, who is this conversation for? Who is this message for?
The message is for the people who are trying to solve the riddle and the puzzle of the big questions. What is life? What are we doing here? How can I find answers that work for me while I'm watching the world go to H and a H?
Right,
we're all just kind of, Alice has gone down the hole, everybody.
Right. Well, is it?
We're like,
so the message is for everybody then, because don't we
I
all?
think so.
We all think about those things. I mean,
I think so, because it's a message of love.
Well, if somebody wasn't thinking about those things, I don't want to know them. Right?
Oh, amen, brother. Yeah. Because it's real, and it's like the world is dynamically showing that we're inside of something, and there's a grander puzzle, and, there's clues everywhere about who's the good guys and who's the bad guys, and how can you tell, how to even pay that mind.
Yes, you dropped out. Are you there?
Oh, that's funny.
Okay.
I don't know why I dropped out.
Okay,
yeah,
that's
bars,
fine. I got you back. Well, I'm hoping that that the message was received, by the audience. It's I think it's very interesting. But the thing is,
I sent you a tweet.
You did?
I did, and it's got a hashtag crucifixion of Christ 1350 on it, and it shows a link talking about that painting, and
Oh, okay. I'm looking for it now. It's in the painting? It's in the painting post?
Yes. So when you go to the tweet, it says on hold, that's Rhea. And there's a link. It says the appearance of a UFO in a painting from 1350, historyofyesterday.com.
Uh-huh.
I
got it
painting
here.
There.
Oh, yes. I
and
know
up
that.
At the top.
I know this painting.
Yeah, this one, right? And there's others. There's like others that did versions of this. There's more than one artist over a number of ages. Like they made sure to replicate this piece of art. And it's I started being able to actually physically see those things that look like a cross between a meteorite or a star or maybe a spaceship or an asteroid from a video game, like the video game Asteroid.
Right. Yeah, this.
I
think the first time I saw this painting was probably around 1970 when Chariots of the Gods came out, the book. And then it was certainly in the movie, too, as well. But it was even in the TV commercials. It was like everywhere. And as a kid, I'm 10, 9, 8 years old and looking at this. And to this day, I don't see anything different than what I think is depicted in this painting. Those are people inside of a craft, flying them. Yeah, it's a very interesting painting. I think it's in Serbia or Czechoslovakia or Yugoslavia. Yeah, something like that. Well, listen, Rhea, I got to get to these phone calls. I got to give away some tickets tonight.
All right. Well, take care. And I hope to call back and talk about how to see these vehicles in the sky right now today. I post things about it all the time.
Thank you,
Rhea. I hope you're really well, and many blessings.
I'll see you next week. Thank you so much. That's Rhea, and and thank you for the phone call, Rhea. The image is there in that painting. I can't remember. I want to say Yugoslavia, Romania. I could have it completely wrong, but some, Eastern Bloc. I just can't remember. But whatever is in those, that is definitely a craft. And that was painted in like 1200 AD, something like that, 1300 AD, 1400 AD. What are you seeing in the sky that you need to paint that? Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
It's Jackie calling.
Hi, Jackie. How are you?
I'm real good, thank you. How are you?
I'm fantastic. What's on your mind tonight?
Well, you know what I was doing while I was waiting for you to answer?
You were adding pineapple to a deep dish pizza.
Not at all.
Okay.
No. I did something I've been thinking about for a long time, just curious. So, after the first time I spoke with you on the phone, I realized that there's something about you that I'm reminded of in Wolfman Jack.
What's that?
Did you ever get to hear him?
Of course.
You did? Okay.
Of course.
Okay. You don't look like him. You don't even sound like him. But there's something in me that clicks, that there's something that connects. Well, radio gaga, geez.
Yeah, right. Well, you know what's funny that you say that, Jackie, because I have heard the same thing over the years, and this is what's really funny about that. Everybody says the same thing. Well, you don't really sound like him. You don't really look like him either, but you're Wolfman Jack. And it's just so funny because I know I don't sound like him. He had the most unique voice out there. He had the most unique look, a very handsome guy, but that hair. What was better, his voice or his goatee? I'm just saying, what was better? I mean, and he wore that goatee so well. And but everybody mentions this to me, and they mention it a lot. So I don't know what it is, but something is resonating with them.
What? Yeah, isn't it? You know, I can see myself sitting in the back seat of a car, and we drove down, it would have been 99, Highway 99 then, to Fresno, where we went to either Mel's Drive-In or Stan's Drive-In.
That's right.
I get them mixed up. The guy that made the movie maker, lived just up the road about 35 miles.
That's right.
In Modesto.
Yeah, George Lucas. And
George Lucas.
Yeah, George.
Yeah, is that what? Yeah. Anyway, I mean, that was us. That was my high school. That was driving to Stan's Drive-In and listening to Wolfman Jack.
That's what everybody did. And how great of a movie was that? I mean, it's nearly a perfect movie. And this, I want to say this. The second one was just as good.
What was the second one?
It was called Part 2.
No way. I couldn't have missed that. Is that true?
Yeah.
It really was.
I will tell you what year it came out, and if you stay with me, just give me a second here, okay? And I will go through everything right here. And let's see. Let's go with director. Because he directed that. Okay, so it was American Graffiti came out in 1973, and wait a minute. Maybe okay, hold on a minute. It's called it's not listed here. Maybe he didn't do more American Graffiti, and that was directed by Bill Norton. Okay, but that came out in 1979, and it's great too. It's the same cast. It's Ron Howard. Everybody's in it. Milner, right? Toad. Everybody is in it. What's her name from Laverne and Shirley?
I don't know, but yeah.
Cindy Williams. Candy Clark. Oh, she was amazing. So, there you go. Paul LeMat.
We'll have to check that out, see if we can find it. So what I wanted to say, how thrilled and excited I was to hear for the first time, I'd never even heard of him, your guest of last night, Marco.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was great. Marco Vagato.
Now that before, several phone calls ago, you had asked me about my experience, UFOs, contact, all that. But you know what? When I heard him last night, I said, this is where I'm at. I love that. The work that he's doing and all that he had to share was really wonderful. Did you see the movie that Cameron made, James Cameron made? He took the money from his earnings of Titanic, and he did a trip from way back east on whatever the water's called when it goes all the way back there, all the way down to Gibraltar and out towards the Azores.
Yeah, looking for Atlantis. I think it was called The Quest for Atlantis. The Search for Atlantis. Yeah, it was like a 3-part documentary. Yeah, I watched the whole thing.
Just great. I love that. And all that. I mean, I've been following Atlantis for a long time.
Where do you think it is? Where do you think Atlantis was?
Oh, right in the middle of the Atlantic.
Yeah, that's what he's saying too. Makes a lot of sense to me. Makes a lot of sense.
Right, and that was what they came to the conclusion in the movie too. They went out to the end, and even though in southern Spain, there was a lot of indication. Yes. Remember, they had boat moorings and stuff way out there from.
And Jackie, I have brought up that section of James Cameron's documentary to a lot of different people. You don't hear other researchers talk about the coast of southern Spain. They always talk about Gibraltar and Morocco and the Mediterranean, going east, but they don't talk about the coast of Spain and the stuff that they were finding out there, not only at the coast of Spain, but the possibility of harbors right there with evidence of boats and boat repair and boat building and shipbuilding inland. I mean, it was all right. It was, I thought it was amazing. And the dating of some of the things that they were finding there wasn't supposed to be any boats out there. And it's a great part of the documentary. I'm glad that you mentioned it because I've said it on the show many times.
Did Marco mention anything about that?
Yeah, we talked about it last night. Yeah, you need to go back and listen again because we spent probably 10, 15 minutes talking about southern Spain.
No, but about Cameron's work.
Oh, no, we didn't talk about Cameron. No.
Yeah, I think that's curious.
Yeah.
He's not up at all anywhere for all of the time. And, I mean, he made it happen just because of all the money. That was his absolute joy to do that. But I think it's odd that he's never mentioned as something credible or something. I don't know what it is, but...
Yeah. Well, Jackie, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you so much for the phone call. You're the best.
I've plugged in a lot of your little... One of the things I found myself doing the past weeks is being aware of time management.
Yep.
It's not that I didn't I'm really good at that and did it all my life. But to become re-aware of it after going through this period of strange time where there's so much shifting and happening and changing. Anyway, I was going to say, I just wish I had time to just sit down and have a long talk. I am beginning to do a search for my vehicle that I need to take on the road.
That's what I'm
And I would love to share thoughts and ideas about what you're looking at along those lines. Didn't I hear you say you were, too?
It has been going on for a couple of years, but the search is getting narrowed. So we'll talk about it later, Jackie. Behave and be well. Have a great, safe, fun, amazing weekend up there. All right?
Thank you so much. You too, and you have a great weekend. I'll be thinking of you. It's going to be fabulous down there.
Thank you, Jackie.
Okay. Night-night.
That's what I'm talking. Fade to black. Thank you, Jackie. And I've got to reset these phone lines. I've got to do that right now. This is really a bad situation. So let me see here. How do I do it? Let's go here. Yes. I'm doing a hard reset. I've got it. I can't pick up calls, and it's really frustrating me. So anyway, in a second, I'll let you know when everything is dialed back in, and we'll see what is going on. All right, let's see. Yes, we want this. 747-228-2051. And I would like to give away a couple of pairs of tickets tonight for the Conscious Life Expo. If you are going to be in Los Angeles and you can attend the Expo, give me a call. I'm giving away a couple of pairs of tickets. That means 2 tickets to one person, so you can bring somebody else with you. 747-228-2051. All right, let's see if this works. Come on, you can do it. Phone system's back. Phone system is back. I'm putting you on hold. Phone system is back. I'm putting you on. Oh, man, this is great. Okay. Bam. Yeah, but now it's working. This is great. Keep it coming. I'm just putting you on hold. Come on, keep it coming. This is good. Keep it coming. All right. I see it's when it's working, it's easy. I can just bust all through this. Before, it was really weird. I would have a black interface every time I picked up a phone call. It'd be black. It was black. Okay, let me back up and let's see let's go right back to the phones. Let's see. I got time for one call before the break.
Oh.
Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. This is Pam from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Hi, Pam from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah. How are you?
I am fantastic. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for taking my call. Oh, my God.
Yeah, right on. I'm just glad you got through, Pam. I was real nervous that I was going to miss you tonight.
Oh, you're just too good to be true. Jimmy, I got a new pool built. I'm in Vegas. You got to come down here and we'll all have a party.
Oh, man, I'm down. I'm so down. Do you have a grill?
No, I can get one, though.
Yeah, you got to have a grill. Wait a minute. You can't have a pool in Las Vegas without a grill. I don't think that's legal. I could make a phone call. That's a 911 call. Pam doesn't have a grill. Yeah, that's fine. But does she have a pool? She does have a pool. Okay, we're sending cars over right now.
Oh.
What's on your mind, Pam? What's on your mind?
Look, I have a spa and a pool. What's on my mind is I want to get tickets to the California conference.
Okay, can you make it?
Yes, I'm in Vegas. I can get there.
You have to get there. I'm going to come look for you, Pam.
Yes, I know.
Okay. All right. Pam.
Yes.
What's your last name?
Christensen.
Okay. Bring your ID.
Okay.
And I'm writing this down right now. Okay. Bring your ID. Are you bringing a friend?
Okay.
Are you bringing a friend?
Yes.
Okay, so you will have a pair of passes. Okay? Now, that if you want other things to do there and special events and all that, that's on you. But the passes and the weekend passes are on me. Okay?
Oh,
now,
Jimmy.
Okay, so come and see me. Come and say hello. And I want to
absolutely.
I want to take a selfie with you. Will you do that? Will you let me do it?
Absolutely, I'd love to. You're just so wonderful. Thank you, Jimmy.
You are the best, Pam. Coming right back at you. All right, now I'm not coming by unless you got a grill, though. Okay.
Well, hell's bells. I'll get one. I promise.
That's what I'm talking.
I'll tell you about it when I get there.
Okay. Hey, Pam. Safe travels, and I'll see you here in LA on Friday.
Okay. Thank you.
I'll talk to you.
Thank you.
Have a great, safe trip.
Thanks. Go back, Lee.
Go back, Lee. Thank you, Pam. That's Pam from Las Vegas. We'll see you on Friday, Pam, coming out to the Conscious Life Expo. It is going to be great. And, man, I'm so glad that I was able to reset the phone lines. This is just awesome. Oh, man, I was so nervous about that. I mean, I was like stuck. Okay. All right. I got to take a break. I'm putting you on hold. You stay right there. Don't go anywhere. You'll be up next after the break. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. It's Wednesday night. It's Wednesday night. It's not Thursday night. It's Wednesdays. Damn. That's funny, P.S. Fader. That's funny, Phil Daniels. You guys are all cracking jokes now. It's Fade to Black. It's Wednesday night. It's Fader night. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Way out here, we listen to Jimmy Church.
You're listening to Fade to Black.
You're listening to Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the X.
¿Qué tal, mis amigos? Yo soy Mario Carson, el tiburón, y los invito para que escuchen a mi buen amigo Jimmy Church Radio. ¡Claro que sí!
This is Jimmy Church. Jason Martell's book, Knowledge Apocalypse 10-Year Anniversary Edition, is now available. Most ancient cultures speak of a time when their gods visited them. They never say their gods came from across the ocean or from the mountains. They always came down from the skies. Was ancient man visited by gods or extraterrestrials? We have not been told the full truth about our human past. There was a time when all the ancient cultures lived amongst beings they considered their gods. The search for truth leads us down the path of learning where the ETs might come from and why they are here. To understand some of these advanced topics and learn the truth about human origins, buy the new book from Jason Martell, Knowledge Apocalypse. Now in its 10-year anniversary edition, available on Amazon.com by clicking on the banners over on our site, or simply visit JasonMartell.com. That's JasonMartell.com. Do you want to be an official Fadernight? Of course you do. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black. Just go to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com. Fadernauts. When you think about the future of our country and where we're headed, do you wonder about the food supply? I do. Disruptions in the food supply chain could be disastrous, and they usually occur with little warning. That's why the smartest thing you can do today is to stockpile emergency food, water, and other essentials. I personally recommend My Patriot Supply. They're the nation's largest emergency preparedness company, serving millions of customers for more than a decade. In fact, they're the only source my family trusts for our preparedness plan. You should too. Right now, save 20% off a full 4-week supply of delicious meals that provide 2,000 calories a day. Saving 20% helps too, doesn't it? Especially now. So go to preparewithjimmy.com and get ready. That's preparewithjimmy.com. There's no time to lose. Do it now.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com.
TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7 with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
You listen to us, and we listen to you. And so does the CIA. KGRARadio.com.
You are listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Oi, oi, I'm Reese Evans. You're listening to Jimmy Church. This is Revolution. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution is on radio. Ciao.
Welcome back. Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. What is cracking? It's Wednesday night. It is Fadernight tonight. Taking your calls. 747-228-2051. And congratulations, Pam. You are going to the Conscious Life Expo. That is awesome. And you'll just pick up your tickets right there. Check in. And it's already taken care of. There he goes. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hello.
Yes.
Jimmy.
Yes.
Jimmy, Peter Gray. I met you in Laughlin last year. You signed my shirt and my hat. My wife, me and Fa came and met you.
Oh, I remember. She is cool. Let me tell you something.
I just want to tell you, your show is awesome. We love your show.
She is. Let me tell you something about her. She was determined. And we took pictures too. Did you know that?
Yes. I got pictures of you and me hugging the whole thing, man. It's great. And I'm gonna go down in my annals of my life.
Right on, Peter. It's good to talk to you again. What's on your mind?
I called tonight. I got a couple things for you. I never did call before, but I got something that might be fun for the listeners. I've got my top 10 list here of alien UFO songs that I kind of compiled, different songs about aliens. Here's my number 10 song. It's talks about being it's Alien by Radiohead.
Yep.
The narrator of the song talks about being taken aboard a ship.
Yep. That's a great song.
Number 9 is Subterranean Homesick. And I'm not sure what that one was, but the next one is Zero Zero UFO by the Ramones.
Yes.
That's number 8.
Yes.
And then I got number 7, an old favorite, Silver Lights by Sammy Hagar.
Yep.
He claimed to be abducted by the aliens taken up on a ship.
That's right.
All right. And then I got number 6, Starman by David Bowie.
Of course.
Ziggy Stardust was a messenger from aliens. We all remember Ziggy Stardust. If you're as old as me and Jimmy, I'm 58, so he's like same age as me. So that goes way back. And then number 5, and these are like mine now. Some of them I got off the internet, but these are like my favorites now. Nobody Told Me, John Lennon. Aliens evidently came and visited him in his apartment in New York City. I never heard about that.
Oh, that's a famous story, and he's talked about it on camera. And
really,
yeah, I think there's one There is a video out there, Peter, of John on the roof going, I was standing right here, and the UFO was right there, and he points off and talks about it. So you can find that on the net.
Oh, I'll pick it up. I'll go Google it after. That's funny.
Yep.
Okay, number 4. We're getting to the last few here. Number 4, Third Stone from the Sun, Jimi Hendrix.
Yep.
Played fast, has alien voices. I remember that from when I was a kid back in the 70s or something. I remember hearing that.
I remember hearing the same thing. Me and my friends would talk about it. That was such an urban legend, back then. Third Stone from the Sun, man. If you speed it up a little bit, Hendrix has got alien voices. And man, we would say,
right. And there was the other one that if you played backwards, Black Sabbath, it was like the devil or something like that. I can't remember what that one was. There was another one if you played it backwards.
I'm not sure about all that, but I think I smoked enough weed to hear Hendrix's alien voices. All right, Peter.
Getting down to the end here because I want to get on so that your other listeners could get on too and make some noise. All right, number 3. It Came Out of the Sky by Creedence Clearwater. That's got to be a classic. Everybody's heard that one, right?
Yep, absolutely. Great song.
Okay, number 2. This is actually number 3. Jimi Hendrix, EXP.
Oh, I'm not familiar with that. What album is that from?
That's just my own personal favorite. It's Jimi Hendrix had this one album. It's the one that's got all those weird kind of people on the cover, like Hindu creatures or something. Yeah. I forget what the hell that album's called, but it's got all this weird music on it. It's not the ones you always hear. It's not Purple Haze and all that. It's kind of some deep stuff by Jimmy.
Yeah.
And on that one, if you listen to it, he's taken aboard an alien ship, and he does it right on the radio. I mean, it's EXP. It's very fucking cool. Oh, sorry, I can't swear. Sorry about that.
Too late.
All right, getting down to the last 2 here. Blue Oyster Cult, Take Me Away. That one, you don't even have to, you can hear it right in the lyrics. He's talking about being taken aboard the ship.
Right. And I've got the Jimi Hendrix song right here. It's Up From the Skies is the name of the album?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I have the song here. I am going to check it out after the show. It's right here. It's called EXP. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, next one.
Number 1. I got the number 1 song for you. Hold on. I got one more. Come Sail Away.
Of course. I was waiting for that. That's my number 1. And
right.
Hey,
and it wasn't on anybody's list on the internet. It's like, what?
Yeah,
Come on, people. That's got to be the number 1 song.
You know what?
Everybody's heard that.
The build up on that, because if you listen to the first and second verse, it's a build up. Right, and then when they get to it, come sail away, gather aboard our starship and headed for the sky. Then you realize what the whole song is about, and that is every time I listen to it, Peter. I'm not making this up. I get sucked right in to the space, the universe. A science fiction movie, it's right there. It's one of the great songs. I love it.
The music is awesome. The guitar on it is awesome, and it sucks you right into space. I know what you're talking about.
No question about it.
I'm a hard rocker. That's why I see your guitars all the time, and I'm like always so into it because I'm total hard rocker from the 80s and the 90s, 70s, all that. So.
Yeah, right on, man. Great phone call, man. And tell your wife.
Okay, well, there's one thing. I got one last thing I want to tell you before I go. I wanted to tell you this when I met you. This is more into what you're into, all your stuff. This will just be real quick. But I wanted to tell you, I had this experience in March before I met you last year.
Okay.
It's a pretty wild experience, and I'm not kidding about this. This is not a joke. Listeners, you listen to me what I'm telling you right now, because this happened to me. I'm not joking. Before I met Jimmy last year, in March of last year, I had an episode. I got out of the shower, and I passed out in my bathroom. And I fell down. I broke both my front teeth on the roof of my bathtub. And I was totally unconscious, laying on the floor. And before I passed out, I had this vision because I mean I've been sick for about 5 years. I've been pretty sick, and I'm getting better now. But anyway, I had this vision as I passed out that my hand was like sticking through this liquid wall, and I was being sucked through, and I was going, man. I was going to the other side, and I pulled my hand back. I said, I'm not going, and that's when I went down and I hit the bathtub and knocked my teeth out. And then after that, I met you in Laughlin. But anyway, that's my story.
That's a great story. That's a great story. Did Pete, before I let you, did you get a new set of choppers?
Not yet, man. I gotta go in. I gotta go see the dentist this year and go get all brand new teeth. So that's happening this year.
Yeah, right on, man. Right on. Nothing like a new set of choppers. Hey, Pete, give my best to your wife, man, and enjoy the rest of your night and your weekend.
Thank you. Thanks for what you do. We really enjoy you. Thanks, Jimmy.
Yeah, thank you, Pete. And that's a great phone call, my friend. Thank you so much. And come sail away. I wish I could have sang like that. If I, it's one thing to talk about Styx and the song and the songwriting and all of that's all great. There was something about, to me, the vocals in Styx was incredible. And go and listen to that, man, Grand Illusion, right? But Come Sail Away is a perfect song. And then you realize it's about E.T. and contact and visitors and just coming around and saying, hey, come and hang out with us. Come sail away. It's just an incredible song, and I just wish I could sing like that. Yeah, I never had the pipes. I would get into a band or even a jam session, right? And everybody was cool with my guitar playing, right? Okay, and I get that. And then I would step up to the mic for the backup vocals. They're like, no, unplug his mic. Unplug it. You can use it as a prop, church. You can act like you're singing, but that's not getting plugged in. Turn it down. Turn church off. And that's what I was like, what? What? It's not that bad. It is that bad. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, it's Drew from California. It's Drew from California Pickin' from Culver City.
How you doing, Drew from California Pickin' from Culver City?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I've been waiting for your phone call.
Awesome.
Are you coming to the Conscious Life Expo?
I wish I could. Not this year, unfortunately. I can't come this year, but maybe next year.
Oh, you would be a rock star there. You know that. Well, you're already a rock star, but you would really be a rock. You could walk around with me, and I'll just tell everybody, this is Drew. This is Drew from California Pickin'.
That would be cool.
I wouldn't even have to say, do you know who his mom is? We don't even have to go. That doesn't matter in your world. What matters in your world is California Pickin' in your videos. I've been watching them, man. I've had my eye on you, Drew. I've had my eye on you. Okay, so what's going on? What's on your mind?
Hey, not much. I thought it was so crazy the last time I talked to you. The very next day, I had a UFO sighting in my driveway, and I filmed it.
I saw it.
And
I watched the
video. Believe it.
Yeah, I watched the video. Yeah, in the video, you're like, I'm paraphrasing here. This is crazy, man. Last night I was on Church's show. And now this. Yeah, that was a pretty cool video, man. That was a pretty cool video.
Thank you.
Was that shot in Culver City?
That was shot in Culver City, right over my house.
Wow. Yeah, it's a cool video.
Yeah.
Really liked it.
Thank you. I'm so happy you got to see it. It's another daytime illuminated sphere, and I wish I could see a flying saucer actually, but beggars can't be choosers.
I've only seen I've seen two things that I would call flying saucers. One was at night, but it was low and it was lit up, and all of us saw it together, and we saw that. And I felt that it was a flying saucer when I saw it, and it's the way that it's in my mind today. But the other one that I saw was about 6 months ago here in Palmdale. And what I saw, I'm telling you right now, Drew, maybe you don't want to see a flying saucer because it messed with me. It messed with my head. It really did. It was at night and I'm driving away and I'm doing everything in my mind to debunk it. I didn't want. You don't want to see a flying saucer, triangle, plasma, sphere. Okay, all right, but like a flying saucer, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's going to mess with your head. So be careful what you wish for.
I would love to see one because I whip out my camera and start recording for my channel.
Well, look, so this thing lit up for me twice at night, right? And I'm looking at it. And I had my phone in my right hand. It was down to my side. And so it lit up twice. It lasted for, a second when it lit up. And then it lit up a second time for a second, maybe a second and a half. So now I get my phone ready. It's on video. And I stand there for another 20 minutes and nothing happens. And so,
wow.
It's like it knew. It was like, oh, no, you're not. And and I drove away just like doing everything I can in my head because it freaked me out. I mean, that was like world-changing thing, that I saw. And I still have a difficult time. The other day, last week, 2 weeks ago, I'm talking to Giorgio Tsoukalos on the phone, and he wanted to know all about, where I'm at, and he wanted to know about Edwards and Skunk Works. And he's like, so, man, have you seen anything? I said, dude, I saw a flying saucer. And you know what he did? He laughed. And I said, Giorgio, I know, man. See, that's why I didn't even want to tell you. I can't even get the words out of my mouth. Flying saucer. Right? I'd rather say Tic Tac, or I'd rather say anything but flying saucer. But it is what it is, and he goes, you're exactly right, and I totally get that, man. But it must have been cool. I said it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. But what do I do when somebody calls me up now and says that they just saw a flying saucer? And Georgia goes, man, you're one of them, man. You're one of them, and it's got to feel pretty cool. So, all right. So what's on your mind, Drew? What's going on?
So I did a video recently talking about ancient depictions of UFOs and aliens in art. All over the world, Jimmy, we've seen examples of these depictions of aliens and flying saucers on the caves, in Africa, in Australia with the Aboriginal peoples, in Chinese art, Japanese art. We know that we've seen a lot from the Anunnaki in ancient Sumeria, or the peoples that said that they were in contact with the Anunnaki. And it's just a fascinating subject all the way through to the medieval, through to the Renaissance era, where they depicted in religious paintings UFOs or flying saucers. And it's just a mind-blowing thing because what I believe is that, especially in ancient times, when they would see a bison or a fish or a bird, they would depict it on the walls of their caves. We're talking 4,000 or 6,000 years BC.
Or 40,000 years BC.
Could be.
Yeah. Well, you go to Spain, Italy, France, also out in the Pacific Ocean and some of the islands out there. But anyway, Sumatra, 40,000 years ago, 30,000 years ago, these cave paintings, when they wanted to paint a horse, they painted it perfectly. When they wanted to paint a bison, cows, bulls, horns, sheep, it doesn't matter. Whatever, birds, it looked like what they wanted to paint. So, and then all of a sudden, they paint an object in the sky, or what looks like a planet with other planets around it, or a human with a helmet and antenna or whatever. What now? Suddenly, when they paint that, they don't know what they're doing. But when they paint, it's just like, wait a minute, you can't have it both ways. Either they know what they're painting, or they don't. And I believe they do. You're not going to make a mistake on a cave wall of painting a human. And not only that, Drew, and then I want to let you finish, of course. You're not going to paint a human with 3 fingers. You're not going to do that. You know how many their hands are all over the caves, right? With 5, a thumb and 4 fingers, they can count. Suddenly, something's got 6 fingers, And look at Urfa Man. Urfa Man, probably right now the oldest statue that we have. Right, it's like 15,000 years old. Urfa Man, go look it up. Look at Urfa Man. You know what's crazy about Urfa Man?
What's that?
6 fingers and 2 pee-pees. Now, you're going to go and carve an elegant statue who's clothed. I mean, it's it's one of the most beautiful pieces of art that we have on this planet. It also happens to be like the first. But you're going to go and carve that and accidentally carve 6 fingers and 2 pee-pees? You're not going to do that.
You're not.
You're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. Well, they were imagining. He was imagining. No, he wasn't, man. You're not going to make that kind of mistake. You're not going to have your wife come up and go, "What's the 6 fingers for?" Doofus, you're my husband. And how come he's got 2 pee-pees? What's up? You can't count to 2? And so anyway, back to your point.
And that's why I don't think it's any mistake. Like you just mentioned, these people were, there was no education back then. There were no books. There was no writing even. The wheel hadn't even been invented. So when they saw something in the sky, they must have interpreted, or on the ground, they must have interpreted like that in their art. And then later on, which is really mind-blower, is that we see representations of UFOs and aliens in religious paintings around religious events. And I point out in my last video that I did, that basically I believe that if you read the Bible, now I'm no big Bible scholar, but I've looked into it, and I'm sure you're familiar with all these subjects because you're a very worldly man, that we see examples of apparently ET intervention, guidance, manipulation, whatever you want to call it, even, I believe, artificial insemination. You have from Moses seeing the burning bush that's not consumed, to Jonah being swallowed by a whale, where he describes the inside with metallic ribs, to Elijah being caught up on a beam, never to be seen again. And of course, the most profound one, Ezekiel, the wheel in the sky, the wheel within the wheel. You can't mistake that for anything that's somewhat divine. And I believe that these people weren't used to seeing anything in the sky. And when they saw this, that's how they would interpret it, as a divine event.
Well, and let's not lose sight of what's most important here, Drew. And I want to thank you for the phone call, by the way, because we're going to hit a break here in about a minute. But let's not lose sight of what is most important. If you were an artist back then, and I don't care if it was the Renaissance or if it was cave painting, it doesn't matter. If you were an artist, you were kind of revered, right? But you were also a waste of time. You know who was important? Somebody that was feeding the tribe, right? That's going out and killing and bringing home dinner. You know who was important? Somebody that defended the family from beasts at night, right? Let me tell you who lost in those worlds. It's the dude that is out getting chased by a lion, and he wants to stop and talk philosophy. that dude got eaten, right? and that's the truth. So if you are a painter or you were doing that in the tribe, yeah, sure, there was respect there. But what you didn't do was make mistakes. It was too important. Your time invested in this instead of feeding your family, right? Instead of instead of doing those things, that it was so important to you to make sure that you painted something, you painted it great, and you painted what you saw. You didn't make mistakes. And that's just a fact. And there isn't another way for anybody to look at it or interpret it. I'm not buying the story. I'm telling you, that's it. I was an artist, and I worked for this construction company. And originally, when I started working for them, I was brought in to do stuff, labor. And they found out that I could draw. And they also found out that I could draw architectural drawings. So they had me upstairs in this giant mansion doing the drawings for the blueprints. Okay? It pissed off the entire construction crew, right? How come he gets to sit up there and do nothing all day? We're down here installing sprinkler systems and digging up the yard, right? But Church is up there drinking coffee and drawing all day. He's just a waste. And that's the way society looks at this. Right? That's it. That's my firsthand knowledge of what it's like to be an artist, man. And it's really true. Hey, listen, Drew.
And ironically, that's what I do for a living. I'm in the architecture business. I draw for a living.
See, you're a waste. Hey, Drew. Drew.
Yeah, great talking to you.
Hey, what's the name of your YouTube channel again? It's California Pickin'?
Pickin', Pickin, no G.
That's what I want everybody to go and check it out. Drew, enjoy your weekend, man. Sorry we're going to miss you at the Conscious Life Expo.
Hey, thank you so much, Jimmy. Thanks for your time.
You're the best, man. Really appreciate it.
You are too. I'll talk to you next week. I'll call in next week.
You got it. That's Drew from Culver City. This is Fade to Black. It's Wednesday night. Very special Fadernight because it's 2/2/2022. We'll be right back.
Hi, everybody. This is Rob Halford, the Metal Guard on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Your 1 million gigawatt paranormal powerhouse, KUNX-DB, The X.
Are you ready to read about true paranormal events? UNX Media publishes nonfiction books about UFOs, ghosts and haunted places, time anomalies, cryptid creatures, and more. Just like KUNX-DB Radio, it's all about unexplained phenomena. Visit www.unxmedia.com to see our list of great book titles by Debbie Ziegelmeyer, Gene Walker, Devin Listrom, Wayne Lawrence, Bill Spicer, and yours truly, Margie Kay. That's unxmedia.com.
Why is it we're not very good with our health regimen until it's too late? We don't put oil in the car until the engine blows up. When the body's out of balance, your health is not so good. Give your body some love. Log on to wtih.com. That's wtih.com. Try our Life Change Tea, which cleanses you from harmful intruders. A clean colon is one of the ways to bring the body in balance. We also carry organic supplements to help you get where you need to go. So do your body a favor. Log on to getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com. You can even visit our sales page to save some dough. Does anybody call money dough anymore? Anyway, if you're looking for short, helpful health tips, go to YouTube and punch in Health Matters Now. That's Health Matters Now. So, log on to getthetea.com, shop, get balanced, then learn some cool tips at Health Matters Now. You'll be glad you did. That's getthetea.com.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I only drink Fade to Black blend coffee from River Moon. Just click on the River Moon Coffee banner at jimmychurchradio.com. Promo code F2B Blend.
This is the only way forward.
This is Fade to Black. Make contact.
When you're in the house for longer periods of time, you can see them flying or running across the floor. Ooh, yuck. They're unhealthy, gross, and disgusting. Bugs. I loathe bugs. We keep a clean home, but occasionally bugs show up. Well, I found something that is tougher than bugs. Orange Guard. On contact, it kills hidden bugs, including ants, roaches, and fleas. Plus, Orange Guard is a residual repellent. All of the ingredients of Orange Guard are on the FDA generally recognized as safe list. Orange Guard may be used around food, humans, and pets. It comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Orange Guard. Available at orangeguard.com, Whole Foods, and Ace Hardware.
Gold loves chaos, uncertainty, and disarray. History shows us what gold does when people aren't sure about the government, the stock market, their jobs, or their retirement savings. Our national debt is skyrocketing. Gold and other precious metals are a defense measure against inflation and a stock market that might take years to recover. So what can you do right now to protect yourself? Call United Gold Group. We offer gold and other precious metals delivered securely within 72 hours. Are you worried about the stock market? We can also help you set up a real gold or silver IRA or a 401k. Safe and secure. United Gold Group makes gold ownership affordable. Call now and get up to $2,500 in free gold or silver with a qualified IRA. Call 800-753-8534. That's 800-753-8534 or visit UnitedGoldGroup.com.
You want to know a secret? I love ponies. I really love ponies. I'm serious. I couldn't stay sane without ponies to brush.
Why fade to black? Because you never got that pony, damn it.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. I wear memory foam slippers. Stole them from the last hotel I was in. And you know what was crazy? Staying at this nice hotel on the East Coast. And it's a nice place, man. They got me all set up nice. And I'm packing up to leave, come back to Los Angeles a couple months ago. And I'm just kind of going through, and I open up, and there in the closet was complimentary robes. Man, and they wouldn't fit in my suitcase. Otherwise, I would have. But, and I see these two white bags. I'm like, what are these? You know, a cloth. Open it up, complimentary memory foam slippers. So I'm taking these. I'm taking these, and my feet love them. All right, it's Wednesday night. It is open line, 747-228-2051. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. This is Fade to Black. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, this is Chuck.
Chuck?
Yeah, you called me Tuck the last time I called. With Giorgio.
Yeah, how offensive is that? You know, I am just the most offensive guy. I apologize for that,
no,
Chuck.
It's okay. It's okay.
I could have said something
else. I don't have my dentures, and so I talk weird. It sounds like I'm drunk or something. So that's fine. It's fine.
Okay. Well, I could have said something else. You know that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I also messed up. I said I was south of Pittsburgh by Katanning. I'm north of Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's south of me, so I messed that up too.
Well, that's okay. That's okay. Blame that on the dentures. I do that all the time. So,
yeah.
Chuck, what's on your mind?
I got a few things on my mind. I didn't get to tell you my other sighting that I was going to tell Giorgio about last week. I was looking up, this was maybe 5 or 6 years ago. I was outside at night. We were having a little party cookout thing, and I was looking up at the moon, and about 4 moon lengths away from the moon, next to it to the side, there was what looked only to be like a giant spotlight shining almost as bright as the moon. And my dad was with me. He was a little drunk, so he couldn't look up and see it at the right time before it like dimmed out to nothing. Have you ever heard of anything like that?
Yeah,
like a
sure.
giant spotlight.
Sure. Yeah, lots of sightings like that. I've had sightings like that. And
now, is that either the secret military or is that something else?
Well, I have sightings like that now nearly weekly
Really?
out here in Palmdale, and I can't from where Edwards Air Force Base, the secret installation, is about 10 miles away. And it sits right there. It's close. This is the desert, so everything is like close by. But out in that direction from the east, I see these lights. They're not very high, bright, almost look like airplane landing lights kind of thing. But then they just go away. And they're not landing. They're not really moving fast. They're not, but I see them out there. And it's gotten to the point now where they don't really freak me out. I see it too often. I don't know really what's going on. Now, what I should do, and I haven't done this yet, Chuck, but what I should do, there are plenty of roads that just head out into the desert. I've got a nice desert vehicle that can handle all of that, and just go out there. Go out there, get out of town, and get out into the open desert where these things are going on. And I've got night vision, I've got binoculars, I have all that stuff, and just get out there.
You got the time though?
Yeah,
you got the time to do that?
I never have the time. But
yeah, I can only imagine.
Yeah. So I see it a lot. And I really don't know what's going on. I don't. Now, could it be because it's Edwards Air Force Base and you have Skunk Works right here, so you have two major airstrips that it's military craft. They've got the landing lights on. They're coming in, but then they turn everything off and they go black because they don't want to be seen landing or they don't want to be photographed. Could it be that? Yeah, absolutely. And I think there's what a lot of these could be, but
how long has that been going on for?
Well, I've been out here for about 6 months. So, I mean, if I
mean, these days, I know what was it, the stealth fighter that was, everyone thought it was a UFO, it went for years.
Yes.
But these days, you can't keep stuff hidden like that.
No, you can't. And see, that's the other part of this is what I have noticed, and I'm uncomfortable now talking about it every single night on the show, in that some of this stuff is definitely secret stuff that is being developed and tested and things that are going on.
Sure.
And should I be on the air every night going, hey, man, at 9:15, I saw this crazy thing. Do I want to be doing that? And yesterday and today, today's Wednesday, so Tuesday and today, I mean, loud jet engine things going on. And it's to the point where, and I know it's some kind of fighter jet, loud, and it's taking off. Now, do I want to run outside and grab my binoculars and look at it or take pictures, or do I just let them do their thing? Do I want to be telling people about, I don't want the man because my certain
they would have got you already.
Well, but see, here's the thing: do I want them knocking on my door? Right?
They would have knocked already, right?
Maybe they have, and I haven't talked about that either. You know, and I just don't want to get in trouble. You know, and I know my neighbors, man. I know they're all involved in this stuff, and there's no place to work. My neighbors, I live in a pretty nice neighborhood. Okay, my neighbors don't work at Target. Okay, and out here in the middle of the desert, where are they working? Well, I know where they're working. They know that I know. They know that they know. Everybody is involved in this stuff. So do I want to be the guy that is blowing their cover? You know, living here? If I visited here and did it, that's another story. But to live here amongst the community, do I really want to be some kind of pariah or somebody that nobody likes? And the next thing you know, no, I don't want to create issues. But,
well, hey, there's one other thing. Out here, where I'm at, we hear these incredible noises that I swear when I hear it, I think that World War III is about going on. I hear thunderous noises. It sounds like all kinds of craft are flying over us, and I go and look out and I don't see anything, but you can hear it. You can just hear this. It sounds like, people might say it's just thunder, but I know thunder.
Yep.
It's like
I live
crazy.
that. I live that, Chuck. I totally get it. But here's the other thing: where you
Thanks
live,
for remembering my name.
where you live, there's so much stuff going on underground there. You know, you have all of the mines and the things that are happening
I used
deep
to work underground in mushroom mines.
Right. And so anything could be happening underneath the ground, and it sounds like it's coming from above ground. Hey, Chuck, enjoy your weekend, my man. Thank you for the phone call.
Oh, I will. You too.
Thank you so much. It's time to fade to black. Yeah, I've thought about that a lot. When you're in an area of things that are going on underground, mining and that kind of stuff. What do you do when you hear it? You know, and there's another part to this too as well. You remember when the videos were going around about trumpets and horns being heard, right? And people going outside and video taping these sounds, and I mean that to me is pretty crazy, and that was a pretty big phenomenon. But what was that? Was that something else? Was it necessarily atmospheric? You know, coming from the atmosphere, or was it coming from under the ground? Was it something else? Fracking, for instance. Don't know. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
What's up, Jimmy?
Hey, man. How are you?
Pretty good, dude. I went by the crystal store, man, and I found me a pretty unique crystal, and I just wanted to tell you about it.
What'd you see, Elf?
Okay, man. Have you ever heard of pseudomorph?
No.
A pseudomorph is a crystal that consists of one mineral but has the form of a different mineral. The usually occurs by a substitution process in which the appearance and dimensions remain the same, but the original mineral is replaced by another. The prophecy stone I got made out of, well, it started out as marcasite and or pyrite, and transformed its composition without changing the shape into hematite. But it can also turn into limonite.
Right.
So mine's hematite.
Yes. I have a couple of these. I'm looking at some pictures here. I have some.
I put a picture up on the Twitter, man, so you could look at it, and I wanted to show you what raw hematite looks like, because it's smooth and you'll get bumps and little waves in it. But you'll see the other crystal, and it looks like I can't remember that stuff. It was called rose something, but it's just spiky. And it's like the skin of it feels like hematite, the skin of hematite. I don't know how to explain it, but it's smooth. But then the look of it isn't. So it's like it's a mind screw, man.
Yeah, I'm looking at your pictures here. Beautiful stuff. Do you have these? Are these yours?
Oh yeah, man. Any picture I put up there is mine.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But it's just it's weird, and man, it don't feel like it physically feels like it, but it doesn't, energy wise feel like it at all.
Right. Those are both
but
beautiful.
Anyway,
is the bottom? Ahead. Is the bottom? That's hematite too.
The one that you're looking at, it's all spiky all the way around it.
Yes.
The hematite's just the flat stuff.
Yes. Okay.
That's natural.
Okay, so what's the bottom one?
That is the prophecy stone.
That is cool.
That's what they call it. It's prophecy stone.
How big is that?
Probably like about a $50 size.
Okay, that's a beautiful crystal. That's now the pseudomorph. I've got a bunch of these. I've got. I'm looking at everything that is here, and especially like their rainbow bismuth. Man, I've got piles of that. I've got big ones and small ones.
Dude, the guy at the crystal shop, he's wanting to make it, and he knows the process in making it. He wants to make it.
Right.
Because it comes out like structure form, squares, triangle-looking kind of thing.
Yeah, I've got tons of it. And I just love looking. I've got big, I've got medium. Every time I see, I don't buy all of it that I see, but when I find one that just like freaks me out, it doesn't have to be very big, but I buy it all the time. I love it. I really do. And
he didn't even have it in the store. I mean, it wasn't out. He looked at me and he goes, "Dude, I got something I want you to check out." And I'm like, "All right." And he brings this. And as soon as he brought it, I looked at it. I thought, "What the hell is this?" I grabbed it and I was like, "Okay, I want this one." He's like, "I already got that one sold." I'm like, "How long?" He says, "About 3 days." So 3 days later, man, I was back in there and I grabbed this one. But anyway, this stone comes from the White Desert in Egypt, dude. It's the only place to get it.
Wow. Well, I've got a big chunk, probably it's got to weigh a couple of pounds, a little bit bigger than like a size of a grapefruit, of some malachite pseudomorph. And you look at this, and it'll remind you of the hematite, right? The way that what's the word that I'm thinking of here? Bismuth. It'll remind you of the geometry, right? The right angles and the construct. But
is it green?
It's green. It looks like emerald. It looks like turquoise. Yeah, it's crazy. Okay. I got a big chunk of that. I got to bring that in to next week when I come on the show. I'll show it on the cameras. But
or either that or put a picture up so I can see it.
Yeah, it's real cool. Well, I've got to dig it up. It's packed, but I'll get it out. I've got to show it to everybody. But I've got a lot of the pseudomorph stuff because I think it's some of the most interesting to look at. I don't know about.
Think about it. It's something that was one thing and transformed into another thing, but kept the structure of the original.
Yes,
dude, that just blows my mind.
It blows my mind too.
Nature's just friggin'.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yes. And it's so funny when people go, that's not really something you see in nature. I don't know. That looks, I don't know, man. Nature is a trip. So there you go. But thank you for that, Pat. And let me know. I don't know about the properties of bismuth. I don't know about the properties of malachite and things. I just like the way it looks. And if I bond with something, I buy it. I have to have it.
Well, that's how I am, man. I usually end up grabbing something that just says, "Hey, over here," and I grab it, and that's it. And then I look it up later. I'll be like, "Why did I get this?" Then I'll look it up and be like, "Oh, okay, I got it."
Yeah, right. I do that all the time.
I mean, Lisa's good at knowing all the energy, the vibrations, and all this stuff because I've talked to her about it, and I'm like, "Okay, she lost me."
Yeah,
I'm like you, man. It looks cool and it feels cool. It's mine.
Yeah, you cannot, in a conversation with Lisa when it comes to crystals and stones, you can't BS your way through the conversation, right? You can't say,
"Oh
hey,
no, dude."
Check out my blah blah blah. You better be right, because Lisa's going to go, that kind of looks like, and she knows. She's so kind about it.
She does it in a nice way, but she still busts your balls.
Right. She does it in such a nice way, but she knows.
I sent her some. The other week, I sent her a red obsidian tower.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, that one looks wicked. It's red and black, and it's just the way it's formed is just wicked.
Yeah, right on. Well, I'm going to see her this weekend, and I cannot wait for that.
Yeah, ask her if she's got her, bring it, man, because it is pretty cool.
What's that? Ask her what?
Ask her to bring it, with her.
Oh, okay.
So you can check it out.
Okay, so she already got it.
Yeah, she's got it. She's already got it in her. She had a little place that she's making her little she shed. It's already in there, but if you can get a hold of her, tell her to bring that, because it looks cool.
They're going to have to buy a second house. I'm telling you right now, they're built this she shed that she's talking about. Don't be fooled. It is gnarly.
Like a garage?
Yeah. And all of her stuff, 10% of what she owns, own is not the right word, that she's the guardian of, will fit in there. She has got, I don't want to blow her cover. She's probably listening. But let's just say that she has something the size of a semi-trailer packed.
We had a Zoom meeting. We get together once in a while, a couple of Vaders, Fadernights and stuff. We get together on Zoom. And the room that she sits in, man, I just sit there and I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, I know.
Dude,
it's just... She has got the gnarliest, beautiful collection of skulls and crystals. It'll rival anything. But the stuff that she has, and she's very picky, and so the stuff when she presents. Okay, you've heard the story of Jose, right?
Right.
This is Jose. The most perfect, clear, perfect skull. This is Jose. I got this from Lisa, and this was gifted to me from her. And it is the most perfect. You look at this, and the way that you can see through it, and the energy and the power here. And this is just like, this is just what Lisa does. But this is
right. She sent me a little skull too, man. I like it. That was the first one I got.
You know what
then
she
you
does?
know how that goes. I went straight to the shop and I'm like, "Oh, that looks nice. That's a nice crystal skull." Well, I just dropped 150 there.
Yep. This is what Lisa does, and I love her for this. And she's laughing right now. I hope she's listening. This is what she does. She goes to conferences or a party. Have her over at the house or at a conference, and she walks and she's got a bag with her. And in that bag are little gift bags of little crystal skulls and other things. And she, and you want the Lisa gift bag. You do. And here, I'll show you. This is no joke. All right. I'm just going to show everybody that this is from Lisa. This is from one of her bags right here. Okay? Hold on. This is from Lisa. It's in one of her bags. Right? This is from Lisa. And so when I see her at a conference, I'm right on her, man. Pat, I'm right there. Gift bag? Yeah, you gotta hit gift bag.
One day I'm gonna get out there, man. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get out west and I'll get one.
I'm looking forward to meeting you, man. Hey, Pat, behave and
Hey,
be
man,
well.
real quick.
Yeah.
I got how much time we got? A couple minutes?
About 60 seconds.
Oh, I can't get the story. I was going to give you a good cop story.
Oh, go.
Okay, well, when I was a kid, best friend, black guy, lived in a bad neighborhood. No white people went down there. So I'd go down there because I stayed with him, And anyway, the cops would come down the street, and we'd always stand on the corners. Don't ask. And then anyway, there was a cop down there. Dude, he didn't like me, and I thought, all right, I'm going to start screwing with this guy. So what I did was all my friends around there, we're all standing there, and I had 6x9s. That was back in the late 80s, So 6x9s, I had speakers in there, Alpine amp, all this blah punk stereo, had it cranked up. And every time this cop, because we'd get a whistle anyway, and then he'd come around that corner, and we knew he was coming, we'd turn that classical music up, man, because I'd go put classical music up. We'd crank that stuff up loud. And, dude, the funniest sight in the world is seeing one white guy, bunch of black guys standing there looking like conductors. That guy would drive by and give us the dirtiest look, man. Anyway, there you go. If you want to screw with cops, you got to find unique, fun ways.
Mozart. I'll talk to you, Elf.
Oh, dude, it was funny. Have a good weekend, brother.
Behave and be well. Thank you for the phone call. Love talking crystals with Pat. Pat is the very best. All right, let's take a break right here. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. I've got one more pair of tickets to give away to the Conscious Life Expo. Would you like to go? Give me a call. 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. It's Wednesday night, very special Fadernight. I'll be right back. Stay with us.
Listening to Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the X.
Hey, what up, y'all? It's your girl Vivica Fox here, and you are listening to my boy, Jimmy Church, on jimmychurchradio.com.
Despite popular opinion, reading a book will not make you smarter.
But listening to Jimmy Church will.
This is Jimmy Church. Jason Martell's book, Knowledge Apocalypse 10-Year Anniversary Edition, is now available. Most ancient cultures speak of a time when their gods visited them. They never say their gods came from across the ocean or from the mountains. They always came down from the skies. Was ancient man visited by gods or extraterrestrials? We have not been told the full truth about our human past. There was a time when all the ancient cultures lived amongst beings they considered their gods. The search for truth leads us down the path of learning where the ETs might come from and why they are here. To understand some of these advanced topics and learn the truth about human origins, buy the new book from Jason Martell, Knowledge Apocalypse, now in its 10-year anniversary edition, available on Amazon.com by clicking on the banners over on our site, or simply visit jasonmartell.com. That's jasonmartell.com. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I take Life Change Tea supplements every single day. It's what I do. Click on their banner at jimmychurchradio.com.
Are you ready to read about true paranormal events? UNX Media publishes nonfiction books about UFOs, ghosts and haunted places, time anomalies, cryptid creatures, and more. Just like KUNXDB Radio, it's all about unexplained phenomena. Visit www.unxmedia.com to see our list of great book titles by Debbie Ziegelmeyer, Gene Walker, Devin Listrom, Wayne Lawrence, Bill Spicer, and yours truly, Margie Kay. That's unxmedia.com.
When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Yes, Rivermoon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee.
Just click on the banner at jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today.
This is Billy Carson with ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Forbidden Knowledge TV has just reached its 1-year anniversary. That's right, 1 year. And as a show of appreciation, we are giving all new subscribers a free 30-day trial of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. That's 30 days to binge watch thousands of movies, documentaries, conferences, workshops, lectures, yoga classes, meditation courses, and so much more. So log on to ForbiddenKnowledge.tv from your computer or mobile device, or get the Forbidden Knowledge TV app on Apple TV, Roku, Amazon, iTunes, or Google Play today, and use coupon code 30daysfree. That's coupon code 30daysfree on ForbiddenKnowledge.tv today.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
Erica, Brittany, Gabby, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com.
It's not a lifestyle we chose. We were born this way.
This is KJCR at JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. It's a very special Wednesday night version of Fadernight. That's right. No show tomorrow. Taking the night off. And there you go. I've got a ton of calls on hold, so I'm not going to give out the phone number. No, I've got to get everybody in before the end of the night. And it looks like an impossibility, but I'm going to do the best that I can. Let's see who's up next. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy, it's Carrie in Palm Springs.
Wow.
How are ya? Hello, Faders.
Wow. It's been a while.
It has. It has. I've been up to my earballs and eyeballs, really busy, but I usually listen to the show. If I can't listen or I fall asleep, I listen the next day, I promise.
Okay. All right. Just making sure. I'm making sure.
Yes.
I need to make sure that you're getting your Jimmy fix on.
Yes, absolutely. I don't want to get deficient in vitamin J.
So well put. So well put. I need to make sure that I'm topped off on vitamin J this weekend. And
yes.
So there you go. So what's on your mind, Carrie? What's going on out there?
Well, let's see, a couple of things. I love Drew from California Pickin'. He has a great channel. And, I saw my UFO in Culver City. So we are UFO sighting brother and sisters. So I was enjoy it when he calls. Because
he's got a great channel. He's got a great channel. Yeah. And if you haven't checked it out, go and check it out, California Pickin'. And I spent about 4 hours on that channel, just going through.
It's cool. He does a lot of different things, but I just love the fact that he's in Culver City and has had sightings there, and that's where I saw my very remarkable sighting. But it was way back in 1979. Mm-hmm. So I was curious to ask him if he's listening, Drew, and you call in next Thursday, did you happen to see a UFO July 4th, 1979 in Culver City, or heard of anybody in Culver City that saw it that night as well? Please call in and talk about it.
Yeah, that would be, you would have to remember it. And let me tell you why.
Oh, and it's unforgettable.
Well, but it's also 1979 in Culver City, which was Party Central. And
right.
So July 4th, I can imagine the party that was going on in Culver City, July 4th, 1979.
Right.
But yeah, so, but if you did see something July 4th, 1979, Culver City, I would love to hear from you. I really would. And Drew.
Yeah, me too. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, absolutely.
So my other point is another caller called in with the top 10 UFO songs.
Mm-hmm.
And he left a couple off the list.
Yes, he did.
And yes, he did. Most importantly is Love Walks In by Van Halen.
Yes. Yeah, that Love Walks In is a song about UFOs. And what about,
it is.
You know what else he left off? Maybe because it's too new. But hold on for a second. I'm pulling up the name. I want to get this right. Foo Fighters. The Sky is a Neighborhood. Go and listen to that. Watch the video. The Foo Fighters. The Sky is the Neighborhood. That but it's too new, right? It's too new. I think it came out probably 2019. Oh, it says here 2017. Why was I thinking that was later? But that's another. That's soon to be a top 10 UFO song for sure. Okay, so give me another one. What else did he leave off the list?
Well, this is also a newer song. I don't know what year, but it's called "I Saw a UFO" by the Sneaky Sound System.
Oh, really? Hold on a minute.
Are you familiar?
No.
Google it.
Okay, I am right now. I saw a UFO by Sneaky
Sound System.
Okay, I got it right here. Here it is.
Nobody believes me. It goes something like that.
I'm looking at the lyrics here. I don't want to be lonely because the lights were shining ever so bright in my hand. I saw a UFO, but nobody believes me. I was 16 miles from home with nobody in sight. I saw a UFO, but nobody believes me. And what's it going to take to get me back home tonight? Okay.
That's the one. That is a fabulous UFO song.
Okay. I'm going to check this one out. I'm going to check this out. Wow, this is like a hit song. No, I haven't heard. This is new to me.
What? It's on my playlist. I listen to it all the time.
What? Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to. She looks familiar to me. Okay. I am going to. This song has got its own Wikipedia page.
Yes.
They're from Australia.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Here it is. It won Best Performing Independent Single at the 2007 Air Awards. Wow. It's a UK song. Okay. I didn't know. I didn't know.
You got to listen to it. It's really catchy.
And speaking of Air, I watched. You should check this out tonight after the show. You'll really enjoy this. There's a documentary out. It's called Under the Volcano. Now, just a suggestion right there, right? No, it's not paranormal. It's not supernatural. It's not UFOs. It's not about Jaime Maussan. It is. It's about Air Studios Montserrat that George Martin built there, which is an island in the Caribbean, small island. That it's a volcano. The island is just a volcano with a village below it. So he built Air Studios there, like in 1977, and it's George Martin. So he attracted all of the right bands, right, that were coming through there. The Rolling Stones and things, and Paul McCartney, of course, but. It was the other stuff that was cut there that some of the biggest things, like Duran Duran.
Really?
Right? Duran Duran went there and cut their best stuff. Dire Straits, Money for Nothing.
Oh,
that was cut.
Money for Nothing. Love that song.
That was Montserrat. That was cut on an island down there. The Police, Synchronicity, Every Breath You Take was done at Air Studios. So
one of my favorite albums ever.
But the last band to record there was the Rolling Stones. Really? And in 1981. And so the studio was only there for 4 years. Hit after hit.
4 amazing years, it sounds.
Yeah, 4 amazing years. And everybody goes in and talks about it, but you see the studio getting built, you see everybody recording there, but you see the aftermath because a couple of things happened. Number one, Hurricane Hugo came through.
Yes.
And then
I remember.
Just right after that, the volcano erupted and destroyed the entire island. Only 12,000 people live there. And it's crazy. It's just an insanely great documentary. It's really good.
Was there something unique about the acoustics or something that made it really extra special?
He bought what he did. You know what? See, I would say, of course, he bought the house and then he had it converted. It's a gorgeous house, and then he had it converted into it's a big house and had it converted into a studio. Okay, yes. But there's something else about, when you take a band, any band, like whatever, right. Duran Duran, the Police, Rolling Stones, Paul McCartney, whatever you're, doing, and you get away from the city, right?
Absolutely.
Now, when you are the Police or you are the Rolling Stones or you're Paul McCartney, you know what's happening to you all day long? You're being photographed. The media, people know who you are. You can't go out. You can't do anything. You wake up in the morning, you've got somebody in your bushes with a camera, right? And so when you are removed from that and you're placed on an island that has 12,000 people on it who are appreciative that you're there, but they don't give a crap. They don't have paparazzi. They don't have crime. They don't have, you know what they're doing? They're just living life, man. Right?
Right.
And
they're on island time.
Right.
We talk about these slips in time and how time can be different. Don't you find whenever you're on an island, out in the Pacific or wherever, time has a different reference. They call it island time. And you can probably really hear that in those recordings. How special, really.
I think that anybody that recorded there, right? Anybody can turn around and hear somebody else's music and go, that was recorded in Montserrat. Right? They can hear it. You know what I mean? They can hear the vibe.
There's an element, a quality.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I think that had a lot to do with it. And when you go through those records and you think of, of course, Duran Duran and, how big that band was, or Money for Nothing, Dire Straits, or the Police, Synchronicity, how huge those records were, right? Recorded on an island, in the South Pacific. Not at the Village Recorders in Los Angeles or the Record Plant, or Electric Ladyland, these Caribou Ranch, these famous studios here in the States, or Abbey Road in London. You get out of the big city and you're placed in that island where you do nothing but get inside your own head. You don't have the interferences of everything else. You're only doing one thing. You're hanging out with your bandmates, and you're getting creative. It was, and I think for George, there were a few things that were happening at that same time. And one of them was the digital revolution was about to happen in music. There was that. And record companies stopped spending huge amounts of money. So maybe George knew that the writing was on the wall that Air Montserrat wasn't going to be there forever. Okay, all right. Studios come and go, and he understands that more so than probably anybody. But what brought it down wasn't any of that. What brought it down was nature. And wow. I mean, unreal. And to see the studio is still there, or the skeleton of it. It's been overtaken by jungle. So you get to see the before and the after. It's unbelievably great documentary. I don't know how we got off into that.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Speaking of documentaries, I've thought of one that I've wanted to suggest to you, but maybe you've seen it. It's an old documentary. It's called Hero Loves Sushi. It's about a sushi chef that opened a sushi restaurant in the Tokyo airport and only had like 4 or 6 seats. But it chronicles his life of how he diligently each day picks out the rice and the fish, even though he's doing the same, and then makes the sushi and how he makes the rice, and even though it's the same task every day, how he makes each day as perfect and new and builds on from the day before and the day before, and then he builds this tiny sushi restaurant to become world famous that now has like a waiting list of 10 years or something. It's a very interesting documentary, and I highly recommend it because I know you talk about that a lot, about how your last show was your worst show and your next show is your best show. It kind of is in the same tune of that. And so I highly recommend that documentary. It's Hero, and it's Hiro Loves Sushi.
I got it right here. Hero Loves Sushi. Yep. I have it right here. I'll check it out. Carrie, behave and be well.
You too. You too. You take care. I don't think I'm going to make Conscious Life Expo this weekend, but I hope to see you some other time.
Yeah, I know.
And all the Fadernights. I'll miss everybody. Lisa Firth and Ramon and Stacy with an I. Everybody. I'm just going to miss everybody, but I know it's going to be fantastic. And
we're gonna miss you. We're gonna miss you. I'm very curious. It's such a huge event. And I know every year what I'm going to. I know how big, but now it's a different world. So I know that it's still going to be big. It's going to be the biggest thing that's happened in 2 years for sure. But what's the vibe going to be? I'm
right.
And who's going to show up and who's going to make it? And there you go. But no matter what. Over the last 2 years, it will be the biggest event of the last 2 years.
It will be, for sure. It's going to be spectacular.
It's going to be great.
So
it's going to be great.
You have a wonderful time, and thank you to all the wonderful Fadernauts. And it's time to fade to black.
It's time to fade to black. I'll talk to you, Carrie. Behave and be well.
You too. Take care. Bye-bye.
The absolute best right there. Carrie from Palm Springs. And, okay, I've got to go in order here. Let's see who is next. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, this is Paul.
Hey, Paul. Where are you calling from?
Bernales, California.
From where?
Bernales, California.
Where?
It's very small. It's right on the 132, right before the I-5.
You know what's funny? I thought that I knew every city in California except yours.
yeah. No, if you blink, you'd miss it.
Okay, what's on your mind tonight, Paul?
Well, I got a few things. Everything, always. I heard one of your callers earlier was talking about a bright spotlight in the sky next to the moon.
Yes.
And it got me thinking yesterday, or no, I think it was, this morning, I woke up and it was really early, right before the sun came up, as the stars are fading away. And I'm looking, I see almost the same as he described, like a spotlight. I'm like, oh, it must be an airplane heading my way where the lights are shining right at you,
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking, but it's not moving, and I see some other airplanes moving around, and I'm like, oh, what is this thing? I'm like, I would come back to look at it, and I thought to myself, oh, maybe I'll look up like Star Chart or something. I looked online, and I'm pretty sure what he saw was maybe Jupiter. It's like super bright in the sky right now.
Is it really?
Or in the morning, or I guess it depends on where you're at. But
right. I went through a Jupiter thing about 5 months ago, where at about 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night, it was just right above my house, bright. And when you look at Jupiter, I have a telescope, and you look at Jupiter through a telescope, and you see the moons. Now I don't, there's a lot of moons at Jupiter. What is it, 50, 60, 70, 80 moons, whatever it has. But you can see like 5 in orbit, right? And in a line. It's crazy to see. Well, anyway, it got to the point where I was going out there every night with my telescope and looking at Jupiter. It was just a fun thing but that's what I noticed. What you're saying is I'm starting to understand the sky now. I know what is where and things. But Jupiter at times is bright. It's like it's like, didn't I ever notice this before? Why is it so bright now? But it's right there in the sky. I totally hear you, Paul. I totally hear you. Now it's now moved. I don't see Jupiter anymore, and Saturn now. When I go out, it's behind my house. It's not above my house in the backyard. You know what I mean? It's already moved past me, so I don't get a chance to check it out. But I did for about 2 or 3 months. It was right there. Bright, right. Man. I mean, bright. And could people mistake it? Sure. I could believe that, but it's in the same spot every single night, and not everybody notices that, right? They're not taking notes.
Oh,
yeah.
I think I lost you.
No, I think you dropped. I can guarantee you I didn't drop.
Okay.
That's a fact. Yeah, I when I see the objects that I'm talking about, Jupiter and things are above me, but the objects that I'm talking about are low on the horizon, out east, about 20 degrees up, and that's what I'm most intrigued with. I don't know. It looks like landing lights. It does, but then they go away, and they're not moving. And these aren't planets. These are like bright, big objects. And I've seen them so much, not like daily. I mean, I can go out there right now and probably see one. So I think that's what I need to do. I need to just put up and shut up. Just jump in the Jeep, grab my gear. I have right here in the studio. I'll show you guys. Here, watch this. Let me walk over here. I have. This is my UFO bug out bag right here. All right, so I have right here. I am ready to go. I have got flashlights. I've got.
How about a FLIR camera?
Hold on, right here. I'm holding it up. Okay.
So is it recorded?
Yep. Awesome. Got that. And then I have oh, that's interesting.
Definitely need to see it. Man, I want to get one because I've seen many of UFOs, and I just sound like a nut when I'm telling people. I'm like, man, I wish I had it recorded. All I have is like usually my dad as a witness, and everybody thinks he's a nut. So
I have night vision. Right? So I've got the color night vision recorder with everything else, and then I have this night vision camera. I have chargers. I have batteries. Let me see what else is in here. I have cell phone adapters to record with on that night vision. Let's see.
Say the lenses in night vision, don't they get old after a while or something? They start getting kind of like fuzzy, I believe.
It depends on the quality. You're talking about the tubes. And so that depends on the quality of it. I have 0 issues with mine. I have 0 issues. But this sits by the door, and I am ready to bug out at any point. I take this very, very serious, Paul. Take it very serious.
That's good. I got one night vision scope. It's not quite the best, but it does do the job. I mean, I'll see something and it'll disappear, and I'll bust that thing out, and then I could see it again. You know?
Yeah, I have a few, so I've got some that I have always outside on station. I have binoculars outside on station. I have night vision sitting right there. You just never know. And then I have the backpack ready to go. If I just want to, jump in the Jeep and go, I can do it. And it's something that I take very, very, very serious. Hey, well, Paul, thank you. I've got to run before the network cuts me off. Have a great night. Behave and be well, man.
Thanks, man.
I'll talk to you too. And Paul from Berna, what was the name of his town? Berna, man, I wrote it down, but I can't read what I wrote. But Bernalise, I think is what I wrote. All right. Well, that wraps a Wednesday night Fadernight. And I want to thank everybody that called in. Sorry, I didn't, the 10 people that were on hold. I apologize to all of you. Just couldn't get you all in. Want to congratulate Pam for winning her tickets from Las Vegas for the Conscious Life Expo. Pam, I will see you on Friday. It's going to be an amazing weekend. So congratulations with that. And I am going to get out of here. I'm going to hang out the best that I can on social media over the weekend. Be posting some stuff and very excited. So if you want to go to the Conscious Life Expo, the tickets and info and everything else, the links are down below. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. This is Fade to Black. Fade to Black is produced by Hilton J. Palm, Renee, Dennis, and Kevin. Announcers are Steve Harder, Gene Vito, and Mark D. Kovar. Webmasters, Drew the Geek. Music, Doug Aldrich. Intro, Spaceboy. SpaceboyMusic.com. Fade to Black is produced by KJCR for the Game Changer Network, and this broadcast is only copyrighted 2022 by Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network, Inc. It cannot be rebroadcast, downloaded, copied, or used anywhere in the known universe without written permission from Fade to Black or the Game Changer Network. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. I'll see everybody on Monday. We got a great week lined up, but I'll also see you at the Conscious Life Expo this weekend. Until Monday, I want you to be safe. It's time to fade to black.